We've been running this banter since way back in school, where the dorm room debates turn to cool in the rules. Talking loud about the world like we're changing the game, but it's just us two, yeah. Two sides of the same. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the world to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. When the convo's done and the bottle runs dry, we'll toast to the clash, to the lows and the highs. Two voices, one friendship, no need to compare. So come as you are and pull up a chair.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell. You ever been elsewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yeah, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast, Random Conversations, episode 11. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
You know, we love having these random conversations, man, because it's really just conversation. But of course, you never know who's going to sit down with us in this. And been waiting for a while for us to sit down with this gentleman who, it's funny how you came across him, as a matter of fact, too.
Yeah, because, as I go down IG, I just follow a lot of stuff. A lot of it's funny. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how long ago it was. It was a while ago. I just come across this video and this guy, and I'm hearing them saying, God ain't pleased, and listen to him talk about stuff. And the part I love when he's telling the stories, like, like makes that noise like a pastor. And so I just thought it was so hilarious. And since I send you memes all the time, I send it to you. You're like, yeah, I know him. And I was like, oh, right. I guess I should follow him then because he was hilarious.
And so you did follow him, right?
I did.
Because if not, you know what? Welcome into the conversation, the one and only Mr. God Ain't Pleased himself, Alton Walker. Alton, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, if he didn't follow me, and God ain't pleased. Yeah. What's going on? Hey, man, who's rapping on y'all song? Is that an original?
It is an original piece. We'll discuss the other details later. Does it sound like me?
It sounds like one of y'all. I ain't gonna say.
I can tell you, our listeners know it's not me. They know that's not my gift.
I said, all right, there, yeah.
Yeah, see, we got theme music and all now when you walk out.
Every superhero needs it.
Yeah, every superhero needs it. What's been going on with you, my brother, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, man, it's been 2 years. We see each other all the time at the summits and stuff like that. But working together, it's been 2 years, about 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. It's
the morning hustle.
Man.
Yeah. I met Yanni through the morning hustle. He actually hired me as a writer. Yeah, man.
See, I know talent when I see it, Terrell. There's still no excuses to why you're still here, Terrell. But I mean,
this is why you tried to be my friend 30 years ago.
Oh my God, here we go.
Because you saw talent, and you're like, I need to get with this guy. I need to get.
Yeah, he hired me, man. I don't know. He said my resume and everything stood out, and then we talked, and that was history, man. I was on the show.
And that's one of the things we wanted to kind of talk to you about, because, one of the things that I saw, not only just from the resume, but also, you go down everybody's social media. In this day and age, you go through people's social media, you're like, okay, but does it translate, right? And we'll get to that. But first, for those who may not know, right? For the people who may not know Alton Walker yet, right? Mm-hmm. How would you tell them who Alton Walker is?
Oh, man. Google me. Let me stop, man. That question be...
Okay, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah. When people ask that question, it's be like, where do you start, man? But look, man, I'm a comedian. Started about my 17th year doing comedy. Started off doing Christian comedy. It was straight up just Christian comedy, and then got into the clubs and stuff like that, and things just started taking off. 2015, quit my job to do it full time, and I ain't turned back. What's crazy about the radio situation is that's what I went to school for, mass communication.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, been trying to get on a morning show for a long time, and when it happened like that, I'm like, man, look at it. Radio was the first thing. That was my first, on the list. I had a list at 22, 23, and radio was number one. Stand-up comedy wasn't even on the list. It was like hosting, then music, but didn't know about stand-up at that age. And then it's the history from there, man.
Yeah. we're gonna get back to this moment in a second.
That ain't nothing but the devil. Oh, you talking about that father?
We're gonna get back to that in a minute.
That's what, man.
We're gonna get back to that. I just want to bring that up first.
And that's crazy you brought that up because that's we'll talk about that because that's we can wait. We can wait. Now that I showed you what happened to me, that's when it's gonna happen. But I tell you about it. But I tell you how it happened.
Let's go back to the beginning first, though, because like you said, comedian wasn't at the top of the list. But let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, like that. So went to school at Payne College, HBCU in Augusta. Mm-hmm. By the way, if what's that lady name? What's Bezos' wife name? Mackenzie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If you're listening, Payne College wants some money. Now, you done gave all this money to all these HBCUs. You could have gave $1 million to each HBCU, and we'd have been, all right, I'm going to get off my soapbox. But Payne College is in Augusta, HBCU. Went there, didn't know. To be honest with you, I wasn't even going to a school because I took the SAT and didn't do too well, and it was last minute. And back then, you remember you lied. If you was failing a class or if you wasn't accepted to a school back then, you lied about it. You didn't brag. Now, these kids now, they don't care. Yeah, I failed. So what? But back then, I was lying. All my friends got accepted to a school but me.
Right.
I was lying. And so this dude took me to Payne College, got me a scholarship, went to Payne.
Wow.
At first I went as a nursing a nursing major.
How you feeling? Breathe harder. I said, get up.
Can you imagine me being a nurse?
No.
But so I was a nursing major, but then I got introduced to mass communication, and my dad was on radio. My uncle, you probably heard of him if you research him. His name, Joe Walker. Mm. So he was a blind sports dude. He did all the sports for Tom Joyner and all that back in the day. And so I was introduced to mass communication, fell in love with it. Used to host all the stuff at school. And it was always funny, but didn't know what to do with it. You know, I thought I had to be an actor or something like that. And then I think when I got like 25, somebody paid me $250 to do 15 minutes of comedy. Mm. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how you do it. But still didn't quite click yet. End up getting a job in admissions and working as a recruiter and start doing that. And I just thought, listen, well, maybe I just help kids. So I started a company called Next Line Network, doing like workshops and stuff like that. Still really wasn't doing stand-up like that. And then I think I did this stand-up comedy competition and won $1,000. And that's when I was like, okay. Because it was a friend of mine, Marcus D. Wiley, he was there. But they did this conference, this gospel Christian comedy conference. Mm-hmm. And I decided to go join the competition and won. And I was like, okay, this is what it is. And Marcus D. Wiley said, hey, from now on, you charge $1,000 anytime somebody book you. Because I was charged $250.
Yeah.
You give me $250, I'll go to New York. And so, yeah, that's when I started kind of taking it serious. And you know, I learned how to book myself, start sending out emails and cold calls and stuff like that. And like I said, 2015, I quit my job and said, we're going to do it full time. I was working at Clayton State University, and I remember quitting my job. And actually what's crazy about that, they let me go part-time, like super part-time, before I fully quit. Like, I wasn't doing nothing at Clayton State before I quit. Like, I was literally like, I wasn't doing nothing.
I show up inside for 1 hour.
They like me so, yeah, right. I was going to the office about maybe once a week, if that.
Wow.
And but like I said, I started doing comedy full time, and again, that was it. I just put the work in, just kept putting the work in. I was sending out 1,000 emails a day actually. I sent out like 1,000 emails. I go to Eventbrite, sending out links of my comedy, and you know, if you want to book me, like I was putting in the work to get booked, and yeah, man, like I said, that's pretty much what it was. Then I, like I said, started doing comedy clubs. That's when I met Desi Banks, and I started helping him write. And then I started going on tour with Desi Banks. he became like a client of mine, of somebody that I helped with his comedy in his career. Then it moved over to, after that, I went with Ricky Smiley. Then I went to Kev on stage, and then I did my own tour, and then radio. So it was crazy. Like I said, the full circle is it came back to radio.
Came all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came back to radio. Because I'm gonna tell you now, when I was in college, I did not take my radio. Like I had an internship. My supervisor tell you now, I had an internship and could have started radio a long time ago, but didn't take it serious while I was in college. But you know, like I said, the full circle came back, man, and that's pretty much the story. I hope I said it quick enough. But, you know,
that was great and funny. I'm a mass comm major too from an HBCU. I went to Houston-Tillotson.
Did she give you money?
I majored in mass comm.
Did she give y'all no money either?
No, she didn't. But our president, she has been balling over the last couple of years. I think we just got a little over $1 million sometime this year. I don't think it came from her. I don't think it came from her, but she's done a great job raising money for HT. Okay. So HT is actually looking really good.
I used to get booked at HT for their first. They used to do a program the first week of school, and I used to be the speaker. They brought me back like 3 years in a row. I forgot the chaplain name. I don't know if he's still there. It was a dude. I forgot his name.
I think that might have been the one that passed away recently.
No.
Yeah, I think that might be the one. Because he was there for a long time, right?
He was there for a long time. He gone to be with the Lord.
I believe so. Don't quote me on it. Don't get upset. Just don't quote me on it.
That man better be dead, man, because I'm going to go search it. I mean, I don't want him to be dead, but I'm just saying. That sound bad.
No, it doesn't sound bad. It is bad.
It is bad.
Because he killed the man. I'm like, he better be. Hey, no, you know what? No, I hope he ain't. But because I'm sad right now.
Yeah. All right. So who are some of your biggest influences coming up inside and outside of comedy? This is going to be a fun interview. I
know. I'm just saying, because you see what I'm saying? No, it's like, he said the man dead. So now I'm like, oh, man, he dead. And now I can't find out until this podcast is over. So I don't hope he dead, but I'm like, if right now, all right. My bad, y'all. It sounded so bad, man. I hope he ain't dead, man. I hope it's some. I don't even.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I thought I heard that.
Influence. Oh man. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I first starting off in comedy wise, it was Ricky Smiley because he was doing Christian comedy. He was the top Christian comedian at the time. Like it didn't see. It's weird. Hey, it was because he was on Comic View, but he used to do a lot of church jokes, and so all the churches were booking Ricky. That he was like. I'm gonna tell y'all now. If y'all don't know now, there's a whole, especially when Ricky started, like that whole Christian comedy circuit was starting to pop.
That's like, cause he did the church lady, right?
Yeah.
He used to do the church lady.
Yeah.
Lil Daryl was a Easter speech. So he was the first comedian to bring like church jokes to TV. And so I'm like, okay, my whole thing was to take Christian comedy to another level because everybody think Christian comedians were at the time were corny. You know, if you think of Christian comedy, you be like, oh, it's corny. Like, when the last time y'all went to a Christian comedy show?
Well, how about the first time?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I've seen clips online of Christian comedy.
Does that count?
Funny, but I've never. Yeah.
Nobody. That was so. My goal was I'm going to make Christian comedy like for everybody. Where like, no, we're funny. You know what I'm saying? So Ricky Smiley was that dude. You know, for me, that was the person to go after. You know, and looking up to him, and then I realized like as Christian comedy put me in a box. So it was like, you know, I noticed people would like, I'm funny and people wouldn't book me for other shows because they thought all I did was churches.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, well, shoot, let me look into these comedy clubs.
I was about to say, because that's actually what I was about to ask you. How did you toe that line between, you know, spiritual and secular? Because and not getting a backlash in it.
I mean, at the time, my mentors, and I ain't gonna call no name, but some of them was telling me, no, we don't do clubs. Like when I ain't gonna lie, when I went to that conference, it was a Christian Gospel Christian Comedy Conference, and they was like, no, we don't do clubs. Like, you know, and I was like, okay, well then, yeah, we'll do it. We're going to do it God's way. We can do it in the church, you know? So, but like I said, Christian comedy, even gospel, anytime you put a title on something, you put a limit to you. Because there's an atheist that may want to come see Alton Walker, but if he see Christian comedy, he ain't coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how I started, but I just decided, okay, let me start going to these clubs or these lounges. And at first I was just going to lounges. They weren't quite comedy clubs, but I would go to these lounges. Like, you know, in comedy, they got all these comedy rooms. You could be in a bar and they playing Monopoly behind you and you doing comedy with strobe lights. So I would go to those and I would just watch and watch and watch. And then I finally started like getting, you know, doing comedy club. And I threw all my Christian jokes away. Like I was like, I got these jokes ain't gonna work in these clubs. So I'll never forget a dude named Zoo-Man Miller. I don't know if y'all familiar with him.
Yep.
Atlanta Comedy Club. He will host every Thursday. And I told Zoo-Man, hey man, look, man, I ain't did like 90% of my church jokes up in here. He was like, why not? You don't think these folks go to church? And that night I did my church set and it killed.
And then that Sunday you saw them all in church and they said, tell that joke again.
And I, right. And what's so crazy about it, man, like I said, doing comedy clubs opened so many other doors. Mm-hmm. And at the time I was super clean. Like I didn't cuss at all when I first started. But what made me start like being open to just cussing a little bit is that I would see, like you said, I would see pastors and preachers coming to see Lunel. And dying laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they would come see some of the raunchiest comedians, and then they come see, yeah, you came to my church, you remember that? I'm like, I just saw you. And then what really got me is when I asked my mom who was her favorite comedians.
Oh, uh-oh.
And she mentioned Richard Pryor and Bernie Mac. I said, Mom, you know they cuss. Well, no, Bernie Mac don't cuss like that. I said, yes, he does.
Yeah, he does.
But I hear it.
So how's that your favorite comedian? And if I do it, you like, oh my God. So, you know, that's how it started. Ricky Smiley was first, and then once I started getting into the art, that's when I started studying Richard Pryor for his vulnerability. You know, he was very vulnerable. He was open. That's why I appreciate him. You know, of course, Eddie Murphy, because his stardom and how he took it to another level with screen, and you know, right, like he made it cool. He made it, you know, rock star right now. And then I look at Kevin Hart, man. Kevin Hart is another person that I respect because of the business side of it.
Yeah,
you know. So and then of course Dave Chappelle because of his pen. Yeah, you know, and the fact that Dave Chappelle, like his last special, when you get to a place where you could go 30 minutes without trying to be funny,
yes.
That's the place you want to be. That's comedy.
He's a storyteller now.
It's like that's above comedy. And that's, as a comedian, that's where you want to be, where people come to you just to hear what you got to say or your take on whatever. And it ain't even about funny no more. Right. It's about what you saying, you know. And so you know, those are my inspiration. You
mentioned Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy because that's what I was thinking to myself. When I think comedy, I think of that. And we know that that's not clean comedy. Right. I didn't grow up on clean comedy. But what do you think people? Well, what do you think people misunderstand about clean or even Christian comedy?
I mean, to be honest with you, I will say, when I did start in Christian and clean comedy, there was a lot of corny comedians. I'm not gonna lie, they just wasn't.
You gonna call any names?
I don't call no names, but they just wasn't. They wasn't funny. I mean, they give you, but they wasn't funny like that.
Right.
Yeah. And so I understood what people were saying. They say corny jokes. You know, a lot of times when you do Christian comedy, they do a lot of church jokes, like, and not realizing these folks just want to hear regular life jokes. You could tell regular life jokes in church. Yeah. But then I learned that, the reason why they're not funny because they're not practicing. They're not going to open mics. I didn't know anything about open mics as a comedian. As a Christian comedian, I did my new material on a paid show, and hopefully it worked, right? Because you didn't know about open mics every night. Like till this day, I'm probably on stage 3 or 4 times a week working on new material. Right. Dave Chappelle still work on. They still Like it's like a jump. It's like the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but as Christian comedians or as clean comedians, you only doing churches. So you really on stage when you book.
Right.
So if you ain't booked for the whole month or once a month, you haven't been on stage but once. And that's why most Christian or clean comedians are not that funny, because they're not practicing
the material.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense now, but back then it was just like, man, everybody just think we corny, man.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, I don't want to be corny, man.
So you practice your jump shot regularly, which I totally respect that. But where do you personally draw the line, like on stage? If you think about how you've seen people try to attack comics, or they get really upset, or they get really sensitive about some of the material, where do you draw the line on stage? What's fair game, and what's something that you're like, I don't really talk about that?
I mean, as a comedian, I try to stay away from what we can't talk about, because it's the freedom. I just know certain things that I won't talk about. Like when it comes to comedy, I won't beat down on what I would say victims. That's when I think you draw the line. So if you come into if you're talking about rape, you know, and I've seen comedians do rape jokes and it was good. I hate to say it was good, but the way they set it up, it ended up the delivery. But I've seen people try to do a joke about rape or something like that. I'm like, yuck, like, whoa. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to you clowning or your joke is downplaying the victim, I think that's when I get cringy. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think we as comedians, we supposed to be the hero. We supposed to be the voice of those victims, or you know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you like what's not I would hate to say that as a comedian, because I know I'm gonna say some stuff that people gonna be like, oh, you can't say that. I'm like, yes, right.
Well, speaking of somebody who said you couldn't. Speaking of somebody who said you couldn't say it, because, you know, as you said, his speakers were corny. And let's talk about this moment when the Lord struck you down in his house.
You love stand on your feet. If you don't love her, sit down. On 3, we're going to do 20 Drew Hills. Tell me, get up, get up. That ain't nothing but the devil.
Yep.
I done fell off there.
Yeah.
I really good now. Appreciate you.
Getting help at
least. Where my shoe at?
Yeah, man. That shoe flew, man.
I should have just went down the steps.
and you know what? Shout out to Kev on stage, man. Here's the crazy thing about this. So, and I'm gonna tell you about the video, but Kev on stage, we actually did a tour in churches.
Yeah.
So that was a church. And we did 50 cities and nothing but churches, and he packed them out. Right. You know, I'm talking about, I think the most we did was 3,000 people at a church. Like he did it, you know, he did Christian comedy and put it on tour. So, I mean, he made it work, you know what I'm saying? But I jump off stage. I did that joke 1,000 times. And you see, I don't know. I took that leap. And that leg just gave out, and I'm like, you know what? You know how you try to, no, I'm not going down?
Yeah.
Nah, I did. At first, I was like, I was like, you know what? Stop, drop, and roll, man.
The worst thing to do is not fall. I fell out of a golf cart. And when I tell that story, I fell out of a golf cart, and I pulled my groin. People are like, how? I'm like, because I tried to not fall.
Try not to look.
The best thing you did was to fall, because
when you get our age, just go ahead, go on down, man. Don't. and so crazy. I'm in a boot right now.
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm in a boot. and that fall should be when I tore my Achilles. Ooh. I should have tore it on that. Yeah. And I tore my Achilles shooting a 3-pointer. It wasn't even, bro. It wasn't no fast.
Not even on a dunk.
I wasn't even trying to dunk, no hard layup, didn't step on somebody's. I went for a simple 3-pointer.
Wow.
To win the game. We up by 2. We're going to 15, 13 to 12. No, 13 to 11. And went up and pop.
Here's the question.
Popped on me.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Did the shot go in?
Win.
Yeah,
That junk
you make
ain't
the
going at all.
shot. That's what I'm saying.
If you made the shot, this is legendary. This
It
is a
didn't
great
go in
story.
at all, man. Maybe I need to say I made the shot, but man, that junk ain't even go in, man. I looked around like, who stepped on me? They was like, nah, you tore that thing, man. A
Ooh.
simple jump shot, man. When I tell you, man, it felt like somebody hit the back of my ankle with a brick. Woo-wee. So
Man.
I got to get surgery and everything, man. But that should have been the time I tore it right there.
Well,
Yeah.
you took that clip, that moment that happened. First of all, there's a couple things here because it happens and you react to it in the moment, right? Mm-hmm. You're on the ground, you react to it, even get the crowd in there, they're still laughing, acknowledging. I could have just walked down these steps the same way I walk back up.
Right.
Try to jump down and be Superman. But then you decided to put it out as a clip.
Oh yeah, you got to do that.
Why? Why do we have to do it in this day and age? Why do we have to do that?
I mean, right now everything is content now, man. To be honest with you, do I like it? No. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like I respect because I do social media, but I wish I came up in comedy in the 90s, where it was about the stage.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was about people was getting movies from what they did on stage.
Yes.
And now,
Very
like the funniest comedians are you're not seeing the funniest comedians
At all.
You're really not seeing them. So you just got. I'm trying to do better of everything is content. You know, and people be getting on me like I got my team. They get on me because it's a lot of funny stuff happen around me, and sometimes I don't capture it.
Yeah.
But everything's content. I mean, when I say everything, and a shout out to again, Kev on stage again is one of those examples. Man, I look at Kev on stage, he put stuff out. I'm like, I would have never even made that a conversation. So now, random stuff. Now, Crunchy Munch. If I eat Crunchy, like, it don't matter what it is. It's like those videos go crazy. I did a
Quick
video
trip with the
about
pennies.
Quick trip with the pennies. It'd be those type of videos that's going viral, and that's just stuff that happened in the moment. So when that happened, I told him I need that clip tonight. You know, I need it right now because I'm putting that out.
Your video, that's how I came across you. So what was the first clip of yours that you put out and you're like, oh crap, this went viral? Like, what was your first big one? Before social media was social media, because I was doing social media before social media. You see what I'm saying? I was doing YouTube. I decided to put it all down to do stand up. Because social media, we wasn't making money like that. We was just doing Facebook and YouTube. I wouldn't. And I did a video of me preaching at McDonald's. I was doing a preach. That was the first video that took off on Facebook and YouTube. I was preaching at McDonald's, my order, and it went crazy. But at the time, I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? So I just put all my focus on stand up, and then I came back and started doing the social media stuff. Now the one that probably went the craziest is probably the recent one. They Not Like Us.
Yes.
That's probably the one that probably took. Well, I don't know because the R&B workout. I did something with the R&B workout, and that went crazy before the pandemic. So I had a few. Those are the two that I would say my top two videos that went crazy, went super crazy. You know what I'm saying? The R&B workout and the They Not Like Us.
Now in this social media world that we're in, what's the biggest difference in doing comedy for social media and doing stand-up?
Man, like comedy for social media again is just at first I would try to perfect everything when it comes to content on social media. You know, because with social media you can do things over and over and over again. If you don't like it, you can do it over and over and over again. Which now I don't need to do that no more. Like those God Ain't Pleased be one take. Back in the day, it used to take me at least it would take me good 4 or 5 times to get it right because I go back and keep punching up. I can say that. Oh, I can say that. Oh, I can say that. And then the dude named Shula King, I don't know if y'all follow him. Shula King was like, the reason why you put out more videos because you take too long to create them. You know, so he was like, man.
But there was a time you did one over And I remember even because Lo was like, I'm not gonna be able to. It's not gonna be as funny the second time. I'm like,
obviously, that was on radio. Yeah,
3,
that was
2,
on radio.
1, go. The Lil Jon Namaste.
Yeah.
But you did that one more than once, but even the second time, it was just that much better. So I understand why the need to do it, but doing it once, the one take. This is the raw we're getting now. Every time we see it now, this is what we're seeing. This is one take.
One take. And the reason, because even if you look at Country Rain stuff, like I've seen them jokers do that junk in one take.
Oh wow!
Like and if you notice, he don't do no cuts. It's one camera, he's rolling, and they be able to put out more content. And it is faster because people don't care about. I had to learn people don't care about perfection on social media. They just want it to be funny. They don't care. And the videos that I take 20 minutes to do, they don't do no numbers. You be like, God, dog, I did all that. And y'all gonna give me 5,000 views? You suckers. Y'all don't deserve this.
Now, have you ever posted something, because you having to put out content regularly totally makes sense, but have you ever posted something that you immediately regretted, but yet the internet loved it?
Nah, because I'm very calculated with what I put out on social media. So I don't think it's anything that I regret. Nah. They'll make you try to regret it. Nah. I'm trying to think of the worst video I put out and people was just mad. I'm like, I'm not taking that junk down. I think it was one. They had this toe. It was like a lace front toe. Because I don't even know how to explain it. Just imagine you putting on a fake toe because your toes. So I did a video and I called it a lace front toe because the person had, and they put a lace, like they put another toe on it. Yeah. And so people got mad, like, they amputated this. I said, it's still funny.
You've been able to find the funny in a lot of places. And I remember the moment that you were almost afraid that it was about to come back to get you. Matter of fact, it was because that person walked into the studio.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot about that.
This dude is...
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, come on, Kirk. Don't do me like that, man. Boy, you are funny.
Wow. I forgot. Funny. Okay. That's the one. Yeah, I regret that one. I regretted it until he said it was okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. I regret it because that video, so we did a podcast, and I think that video got almost 500,000 views. Yeah. And the joke, we were talking about Kirk Franklin and his music. And I said, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Kirk Franklin. I like porno Kirk Franklin when he was watching porn because his music was more simple. You know,
that's why he had Stomp. And,
he had Stomp.
Yeah,
because he was too busy. He was too busy watching porn. He ain't had enough time, so he would write Stomp. That was it. Melodies from not a lot of lyrics because he was too busy watching porn. Yeah. And I said when he stopped watching porn, that's when you start getting these songs with too many lyrics. Smile, even when it hurts, and I smile. It's like, okay, it's too many lyrics. Go back to Joy. Like it was simple. And so it's a funny joke. I really want to put it on stage and everything, but when I was nervous of meeting him, because I was like, I know he probably saw this video. So
and sure enough, he had seen it.
And at first I was like, oh, he ain't gonna say nothing. And then sure enough, he looked again and was like, yeah, he got a video about me. I said, oh.
Because if I remember correctly, because if people will see this and notice in the background, it has Kirk Franklin, but the picture is actually of Plies, right? But Kirk, when he walked in that moment, that day, he saw it, busted out laughing, and even posed next to it. Then turned around, saw you, and went, you.
Yeah. You tell me, you funny. And then they went into it, he told the story. I was like, ah. But he was like, no, it was funny. I was like, whoa, well, thank you. And he invited us to the show, and Kirk been cool. We still been cool. So I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous about that one.
Yeah,
I was nervous.
It's good when somebody can laugh at themselves and laugh in that moment because, not everybody can, right? There's a thing, because right now you're third chair in a syndicated radio show, The Morning Hustle, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, this is you coming back full circle, but the full circle wasn't just in coming on, because when you came on as a writer, not to be on air. And now you're in that chair and carrying a lot of it, right? What was that like? And knowing, okay, I'm coming in here, I know what I want, because your goal wasn't to come in and just be a writer, but you came in to be a writer.
First
and then
it was.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, Yanni. At first, because I was focused so much on stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the road, so this right here, the check. I mean, come on, what they were paying me, I'm like, sometimes I forgot I got paid. I look, I'm like, oh, they paid me because it just wasn't my main. It wasn't my main focus. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I first came in, it was just, I'm gonna write whatever they need. I'm gonna write and be about my business. I wasn't gonna even put a lot of focus on it, and I wasn't even sure what y'all wanted me to write. I was just like, man, let me just pick this little something up, and maybe it'll open other doors. But the reason why I didn't put too much in it, because I was in that position before with another radio station where I came in and, I came in as a content person and it just didn't work out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna come in and listen, if it work out, it work out. And I didn't ask to be on the mic. I didn't say nothing about the mic, didn't care. I was like, what you need me to write? Yeah. And that was it. I would sit over to the side. And it just so happened, oh no, Yanni, you came to me and you was like, Yanni was like, hey man, so do you know a comedian that could come in on Fridays and do something?
I thought you were gonna leave this part out of this.
I said, what? And at first I was gonna be like, yeah, I know a few, but I was like, I mean, what you need, what you want, I can do something. I said, I do the God Ain't Please online. I could just bring it on air. And we did it one Friday, and I just thought it's just a one-off thing.
Right.
Then he come next week. It's Thursday. And you ready for your God Ain't Please? I'm like, what God Ain't Please? What you talking about, man? I thought that was last week. Like, bring another comedian in, And so he saw, but I don't know what he was planning, on his end, but he did open that door for me to get the mic, and come on and do something on Friday. And that was just I just did every Friday. And then it just started moving. Okay, can you get on this break? Okay, you get on this break. And then, like I said, it got me a contract. Yeah.
So,
but I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit a few times. No, I ain't gonna act like that jump was a good, because it was 2 years. I came February 2023. Yeah. It's 2025, and I'm just now getting the contract. But I had to. I had to. This is where God steps in, and you got to really hear His voice. Right. And I remember Him saying, "Yo, what's wrong?" Like, I was frustrated. Like, why I ain't got no contract? Like, y'all got me doing this. Y'all need to pay me. Da 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 da. And God was like, "Wait a minute." Now, if this was 4 years ago, you would have been doing this for free. You wouldn't even, like, it wouldn't. So what's your issue? Like, you prayed for this 16 years ago, and I'm trying to work it out for you. Right. But now you about to get in your own way because you mad that they ain't giving you this and ain't getting, you feel like you doing this, doing that. And it took me maybe shortly after you left, Yanni, to like for it to click like that. And that's when everything started changing for me at the show. But at first, I was like, man, these jokers crazy. You think you gonna pay me this?
He was mad at me the whole time, is what he's saying.
No.
I know I'm just playing.
But I mean, it was times here and there. No, I wouldn't, because everything Yanni, I could have said no to. Yeah, so true. That's why I was never mad at Yanni at anything, because I could have said, no, I ain't doing it. But it was not him, but it was just some. I mean, it was the company. I ain't gonna act like.
But it's also a testament to doing what you were brought in to do and doing it at a high level. Because a lot of people come in and do it one day and go, all right, so I'm ready for the next one. And like, no, you can't get to the next seat till you do this first, right?
Right.
And do this first consistently. And Terrell, who is probably way stricter than me when it comes down to following processes and whatnot, because he's been a manager for a long time as well, understands that part of it. And I think it's a testament. It's something we preach to a lot of people these days who don't get what you just talked about going through, which is I got to do this and do this right and not just think I'm going to jump into the next seat immediately. And it's here it comes. But at the minute that opportunity comes, am I going to jump up and ready to go? And you were like that Thursday. But I'm like, hey, you ready? Huh?
Yeah.
Sure, I am.
And I went back there and wrote something real quick. And because it's like this whole time, like all the stuff I'm learning, like all the stuff I went through before this was preparing me for this time. That's why when you was able to give me something, I was able to really like, okay, it didn't take me long. Like the stuff that I come up with would take somebody all night to figure out. I remember one time we did I think you was there. That was you. I remember I did a God Ain't Please and it didn't go. I thought that was with you. It may have, but I remember I did a God Ain't Please. The first time I did a God Ain't Please and it just didn't hit like I wanted. It was okay. Yeah. But it didn't hit the way I wanted to hit. And I looked at him, I said, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that one right there.
I was there for that one. That was early on, you're right. It was.
Yeah, and I said, give me a second. And I went to the back and I came back with something. They were like, there it is. So it was like, I'm ready for it this time. But things happen in their timing, man, and you just gotta be patient and know why God got you there. Because at first, like I said, I was in my head. I was trying to prove myself. Which I'm learning, look, when God got something for you, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Just continue to show up and do your thing. But I was so busy trying to prove myself, and I remember it backfired one time. You know what I'm saying? Because people could sense that, hey, man, you doing too much. I'm over here trying to send them the higher ups my numbers on videos and look what I did on this God Ain't Please. Yo, look at me. Look, hey. See me. Because that's one of the things the dude told me. And shout out to Kobe. Kobe, like I said, Johnny and Kobe didn't know me they didn't know me. They probably seen a video before, but didn't put two and two together. They didn't know me like that. They didn't know who Alton Walker was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I went to Kobe early on, maybe a year in, when I started doing a lot more, he was just like, well, I tell you what, make God Ain't Please one of the hottest segments, and then we could talk. I like, bet. I did it. It became the hottest segment. So when I come back, I'm like, hey, man, it's the hottest segment now. Yeah, but all right. But it was when he finally realized, like, oh yeah, this dude is that dude. But it takes consistency. I think that's what it is. Like, people want to make sure you're consistent. Yeah. And so sometimes that's bothered me with the social media because, not hating against my social media people that's doing their thing, but there are people that are trained and skilled in what they're doing. And people be trying to go for a name because this person got 4-5 million followers. Right. And it's like, but it's the consistency. So I'm okay how it took them to watch me be consistent. Yeah. Like, every break, I'm consistent. Like, okay, this boy is consistent in what he's doing. He's consistent in the writing. He's consistent in the jokes, in the segments. And then when it came to a time when they was like, all right, Alton, we need more. We want you to do something I was like, whoa. I need that contract. Be
careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, now I can say I need that contract.
Yes.
Because now it's like, okay, y'all see that I'm bringing value.
See the value, yeah.
And now you want more. Now I can say, all right, I can't do it till you give me that contract now.
So you said 17 years, right, doing comedy?
Yeah, 17 years, stand up.
What's the biggest lesson the comedy industry has taught you about people?
You can't expect anything from anyone. You can't rely, like, expectation. I have dropped expectations from anyone there because we attach our happiness to these expectations.
Yeah.
And whether it's the job, whether it's a person, whether it's a place, and I'm learning that nobody, nothing, no job can make me happy. But if I continue to expect them to do, let's take the radio thing for instance. If I sit back like I ain't being happy until y'all give me this I ain't bump y'all, and that's what most time we do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop. I ain't doing nothing. And then you doing nothing when it comes back to, okay, what we gonna do? Well, you did nothing for a year.
Yeah.
You know, the year before, you was killing, but then you stopped doing what you would do because you wasn't happy. Yeah. So, like, going into this industry, man, you're gonna get a lot of disappointments, a lot of no's. A lot of people gonna tell you they're gonna do something and they not gonna do it. And even with that, I learned sometimes it ain't even that they can't do it. It's just the timing of it. I can't do it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, so I dropped expectations from everyone. None of y'all can't make me happy. I'm doing this because this is what I want to do. And me and God got this thing going on where he's going to tell me where to go, how to do it, blah, 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 you know. And so I'm stripping people. I'm taking the power away from people and things.
Yeah.
And so in this industry, you got to be this way or you going to be jacked up.
Yeah.
You're going to be you're going to be like one of them folks in the Diddy documentary. And I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. You're going to do what you're going to think doing what it takes to get it is the answer. And that's not it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. That's not right for you to have to do this to get no. So you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, have you had to walk away from an opportunity to protect who you are, who your brand is?
A few times, you know, or I said something or convinced someone to do something to a company or whatever because of integrity or because that's not right.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of, I ain't gonna say enemies, but I know they mad at me.
Yeah.
There's been times where I told a comedian, I mean, I give you an example. I was big on contracts, like working with these social media comedians because they were green.
Yeah.
You know, so I was big on contracts. And one time, a comedian did get his money at a show, but he didn't realize it was a third-party company that booked him for the show. So the actual college didn't have his money there. This third-party company. So he didn't read it, didn't know.
Yeah.
And so when I realized it, I asked I asked the school. I said, "Hey, so how much is y'all budget? What's y'all real budget for a comedian?"
These shows, yeah.
Yeah.
And the woman looked at me and she couldn't answer at the time, but it was another dude that was close to the third party. He heard the question. He went back and told her what I said. But the other lady came back and said, "Man, we had 40,000. But they paid 15,000.
Yeah.
Now, me and her cool now, but at the time, I didn't know who the girl was. I understand what she's doing, and she's well-known, daddy well-known, but that was a time where, you know, I was one of those dudes. So I wasn't the dude that did it. I was the dude that was catching people and calling people out for a minute. I was calling out, you know, agencies and stuff like that, and it probably backfired a little bit, you know, but I never saw anything where I'm like, I had to walk away because I ain't gonna walk away. I'm telling.
Yeah.
I'm telling. Like I think that's why God been protected because I'm telling.
Yeah.
If I'm around Diddy and I'm telling. If you beating on Cassie, I'm telling. I am a teller. I can't sit here and see somebody doing people wrong and don't say something.
Exactly.
I'm telling.
Now,
So I never had that situation happen where I had to keep somebody's secret. And like they did something that drastic where I'm like, oh man. Because I can't be around that. If you hitting on women, nah. You think I'm gonna be on your no, I'm good.
Yeah.
got to do people right, because otherwise God ain't pleased.
And I'm telling, I'm calling the police now. Let me put this camera on me so y'all can know. If you book me and do anything crazy, illegal, like slapping women, drugging people, doing anything wrong, I'm telling. I'm not the one to be around you. I'm telling.
And he told you.
Now, ain't no way I'm about to let you be doing this to folks that don't say something.
Exactly.
You have to blow my car up.
You work a lot of. You
I know y'all want to talk about that on here. My bad.
You work,
but this is the you said the industry, but this is what we dealing with. I know I'm taking time, but it's been my frustration. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time because we're allowing people in power to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Because we so busy want to turn our head to make some money. And it's not right.
Yeah.
We got to stop that. And then we put it on them. No, we have to start taking accountability as people to say we got to start calling this stuff out.
So,
That's all I'm saying.
Even to that point, because it's every industry. I mean, you hear the talks about it throughout the years, right? Like everybody heard about the casting couch before in the movie industry.
Right.
You hear about the things that happen in the music industry, and there are a lot that we don't hear about in the comic industry, the comedian industry, right? So then, what is it that we? Well, I don't want you to tell. Well, you said you won't tell it. So, what is it that we're not hearing? Besides, of course, the underpaying.
Again, I mean, the thing with comedy, you know, it's a one man game. People have their clicks. I don't click up with people like that. So if you see me, you don't never see me with a click. You don't never. When I was with Desi, yeah, they were so younger than me that I got to be around them. But it was nothing crazy that man did. Because I would call him out.
Yeah.
And Desi tell you this day, we bumped a lot of heads because he was a young cat. Like Desi was young. So Desi used to have like he had a little, if stuff didn't go his way, he'll go off on folks. And that's just anybody. But I would tell, hey man, you can't do that. You know, you can't do that in public. You can't do that, nah. And I would just call Desi out on stuff. That's just who I am, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you can look at YouTube and see some of the stuff that go into the comedy game. It's stuff out. But I'm just not a part of that crew. Like I don't smoke weed, I don't drink.
Yeah.
And when I go in and do comedy, I go and leave, and I get with people that's like-minded. That's why I with Kev on stage. Being on tour with Kev on stage was dope, man. To see him, man, that was dope. I mean, being on tour with Desi was cool. Desi was a stand-up type of dude, Yeah. He did a lot of after parties and stuff like that at the club. I would get old, and Ricky's being on the road, Ricky Smiley come in and he go, Right. I would like-minded people that's like, man, we ain't into all that no more, man. We come to do a show, do what we need to do and get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of comedians that, they want to be in your face. They want to be seen. They want to joke outside of the off the stage. It's more, man, some comedians joke so much off stage, they get on stage and you ain't funny. Right. So you still got those comedians that, it could get bad. But here's the thing about it stopped because you just don't know where that comedian's gonna be next week. Right. So a lot of comedians pull back on hazing and talking about each other and throwing each other under the bus because you just don't know where that comedian's gonna be next week. You know what I'm saying? That's true. But it could get crazy in the comedy game. But you got joke thieves, people that steal your joke and and won't admit to it, so you got to deal with that. So yeah, it's a lot of, like I said, underpaid. You got comedians that'll book you. Oh, and this is one that bothers me. Yeah. A comedian that will say you call me, Yanni, and you book me for you got a $100,000 budget. Yeah. For a comedian, for a comedy show. And you give it to me and you want me to book comedians. There are comedians there to say, yeah, man, I got $500 for this show, man. Yeah. You be like, $500. You got a $1,000 budget. And you gonna try to and so as a comedian, you'll do it because that's your boy. Right. Like, I know you, so you it ain't no way you gonna do me in like that. You got $500, all right, cool. I'm gonna take it, you're a comedian. And then you'll come and find out they had $100,000. Yeah, well, and it shortchanged you, but took all of it. Yeah, and then to tell them, and they'll tell them like, "Yo, I just had this recently happen to me this year. A person gave this person my name to do this comedy show. I guess he figured out he couldn't afford me, so he went with this other comedian. I ain't gonna say lesser, but less popular comedian to book the show. Yeah, and so the person called me, and again, as a comedian, you like." All right, I take it. Yeah, it's right up the street. Cool, I do it. Come to find out, that budget was way more, and he told her that. Yeah, matter of fact, he told me. He was like, "Yeah, I kind of went with her because, I figure I could get you cheaper." Oh snap! Dude actually told me that because I figured it out. And I was like, you know what? I can't do your show no more. Dang. And I pulled out. So you got stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
But but that's just regular business. But
so okay, there's a lot of obviously some bad stuff there. There's some cool stuff, and I remember this day because I was on the other side of town in Atlanta, and I'm like, man, there's no way I can make it out there that night. I'm gonna be hit Kyle, you hit Low, and told us, hey, y'all need to come out to the club tonight. And it was one of those nights that once the doors closed and the comedians came on stage, it was a big night for anybody that would have been in that room in that time. Because you had some of the bigger names in there, and just one of those things. You're like, hey, just come on through.
Right.
Who was it? Was it Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. That was that. Oh yeah, you didn't make it that night, huh?
I didn't make it that night, man. I was like,
sure
I remember you told us the next day, but I was, man. By the time you hit me, I was like, man, I'm on the other. Atlanta. If you on this side, that's an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, that was a good night. Yeah, because Kevin Hart did a pop-up show, and they called me to. Actually, I wasn't on the show at the time. I just pulled up, and then they came to me like, Alton, we need you to go up, and we need you to do like 20 minutes, because Kevin ain't here yet. But it was already another comedian on stage. They're like, we need to draw some time. Yeah. And so I ended up, and then I didn't even know, they whispered to me like, hey, I think Dave Chappelle coming. And I was like, oh, shoot. So I got up, did about 20 minutes, came off. Dave Chappelle, man, good job, brother. I was like, oh, shoot, Dave Chappelle.
Now, remember me for that next week special.
Yeah. But it'd be nice like that, you just never know who's gonna pop up at a comedy club. That was a real dope night. And there's been a lot of dope nights like that with me, man. Opening up for like Mike Epps and stuff like that. Just showing up, and just having a good reputation. That's the good thing. It's like one thing I can pat myself on the back is I have a great reputation in this industry.
Yeah.
Yanni, you saw everybody that came in that was a comedian.
Yep.
And I applaud myself. That's what I'm intentional about that. I just want to do good by everybody. If you don't like Alton, something ain't right.
Yeah.
There's something wrong. And everybody gonna be like, you got him what with Alton?
If you don't like Alton, and
like, bro, I make people laugh for a living. I don't like this industry is crazy how this entertainment industry is and how backstabbing people can be just to get to the top, man. It's like room for everybody,
Yeah.
And so, and I've always been that way, when social media comedians were just starting, the vets were hating on them.
Yeah.
Strong. They were hating on them strong, and now they wonder why.
Now, like the new rappers and the old rappers.
Right? Yeah, they were hating on them strong, and so they wonder now why some of these social media comedians don't rock with them, because when we first started, y'all was dogging us, man.
Right.
And then y'all had to get on social media during the pandemic. So I always been like, everybody can win. I'm not in competition with nobody. You doing your thing. I had to tell somebody one time, like, I don't want your spot, right? Like I don't want your spot. I'm not in battle with you at all. Yeah. We on two different type of things, and so that's how I always been, man.
So finish this sentence. Comedy is blank.
Freedom. For me, it is freedom. I ain't gonna lie. These last 3 years, it wasn't fun. These last 3 years, it wasn't fun because of my focus. I got too focused on the money and the career and trying to get to the top and prove myself, and feeling like I wasn't seen, and it wasn't fun, and I forgot about the freedom. And when I mean freedom is because every time, God had to remind me why I do it, and when you get people in your DM saying like, man, you got me through cancer. Right. And you got me through this and you got me through that. And I'm like, dang, that's what it's for. Yeah. And the money we make is to give back and to open up doors for somebody else. And for the last 3 years, man, I wasn't there. And I'm getting back to the fun of it. and the freedom of it, you know. And I'm gonna tell you, when it happened was the day Not Like Us. I was getting back to, you know what? Let me get back to the fun of this thing and put that video out, and it just took off. You know, so yeah, it's freedom for me, man. It's healing, not just for me, but for other folks.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible says laughter is good for the soul. It's like medicine. So it's really important, man. And I take it serious.
So 2026 is going to be freedom, fun, and just a whole lot more laughter, huh?
Oh yeah, we get back to it, man. We getting back to kicking the doors down, you know, because I was being polite and knocking on doors, you know. These last 3, like, hey, can I? When I was younger, but I used to kick these doors down, man. You know, I didn't take no for an answer. I used to kick these doors down, and when I'm gonna fix your door, but that's how I used to be. I used to kick, like, I knock, you ain't knocking, I'm kicking the door down, and when I get in there, you be like, oh, I like this dude. Hey, man, all right, my bad for your door. I'm going to fix it, but thank you for letting me stay. You know? So, but it's a lot of that. It's a lot of getting back out there and really, really getting it. Because sometimes, you know, you can't take no for an answer. And sometimes, you know, we think somebody not answering is a no.
Right.
No, it's just they just didn't get to it. You got to keep asking until they say no.
Yeah.
And even when they say no, you be like, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persistence is key.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm back. I'm getting back to, like I said, freedom, fun, and that's the key word, persistent, and really, I'm gonna keep knocking, you know, until these doors open.
Alton, appreciate you hanging out with us, man. You know, remember, you can always catch him on the Morning Hustle in all the big cities that you're looking for: DC, Philly, Miami, Atlanta, Dallas, all across the South, and of course on social. Everywhere. Now, not just only on IG with Alton Walker Show, but where else can they find you online as well, too?
Pretty much, Alton Walker, my website. I mean, I don't really update that thing like that. I don't even think people go to websites no more. But
Only if you got a link in bio.
Alton Walker Show. You can pretty much Google that everywhere, man. What's so crazy about it? I just put out a gospel single, Yanni.
You did?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm going to tell you what Eddie Murphy said that changed my life. He was like, he stopped being a rowboat and he became a sailboat, which means he's moving with the current. And like I said, it hasn't been fun because I've been rowing instead of moving with the wind, you know, and radio was the wind. And I'm like, well, stand up.
Yeah.
So right now, like, man, I did a video on Suno. Y'all know about Suno yet?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Dude, did a song on Suno. People, they wanted it.
Yeah.
I put it out, man. It's on Spotify. I'm on BMI and everything. I'm a gospel artist, man.
Hey, if Snoop can do it, so can you.
Yeah.
You gonna see me touring with that one song.
Catch you praising the part.
I'm an artist, right.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, man. I'm more than a stand-up. I'm an artist, baby. Yeah. So we get back to the fun, man. But man, I appreciate y'all letting me come on here, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, man, and let that foot heal up. No more jump shots for the win. Let the younger boys handle that too.
We done. Once I get this thing, I do the surgery, and I'm done with sports like that, man. I jog and stay in shape, but I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, appreciate you hanging with us, man. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm Just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Just Terrell, at RGRTPod on IG, at the RGRTPod. And of course, you can always find Alton Walker everywhere at Alton Walker Show.
Yeah. And send us some of your random thoughts, some of the bullshit you find online. We may talk about it on the show.
It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.
We've been running this banter since way back in school, where the dorm room debates turn to cool in the rules, talking loud about the world like we're changing the game, but it's just us two, two sides of the same. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the world to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. Sports got us heated, the refs missed the calls. Politics, man, we'll argue till the walls fall. Pop culture don't get us started on trends, but the laughter, my dude, that's where it all ends. You say tomato, I say nah, bro, it's time auto. You think we clashing? Nah, it's the dance of bravado. No winners, no losers, just stories to share. So pass me that bottle and pull up a chair. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the world to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. Pull up a chair, pour the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the word to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. When the convo's done and the bottle runs dry, we'll toast to the clash, to the lows and the highs. Two voices, one friendship, no need to compare. So come as you are and pull up a chair.